Hello everyone, Buggy here. It is Monday, and Mondays now mean Buggy's Inbox. Yes, you are understanding that correctly. Buggy's Inbox is no longer a Tuesday upload. Things have shifted on this channel a little bit, so Buggy's Inbox will no longer be on Tuesday and will now fall on Monday. And I have a question here, and it's a rather short one. And I do apologize for the very delayed response in answering this question. The tricky part of Buggy's Inbox is it's one video a week, and sometimes I am able to answer multiple questions in a video, and other times I feel like I need to share a little bit more and kind of hone in on that one question. So sometimes it's kind of hard to get to all the questions. But this is a rather short question, so a short video will suffice in this particular instance. So the question comes from NRDKI, and their question is, I'm thinking of starting university at 28, 29. I'm currently 27. My question is, because I'm starting later than most people, probably, does that make me a failure? And for me, this is one of the easiest questions I think I have had to answer on Buggy's Inbox thus far. I will I'll give you a little bit of an example and a slight story. My mother was a stay-at-home mom for 16, 17, maybe 18 years, maybe even closing in on 20 years. And she did some working for a bit. As we got a little bit older, she no longer was a full-time stay-at-home mother, and she started to do some part-time work and then full-time work. And then in her early 40s, she felt like it was in her best interest, and she felt like she was being called to go back to school to serve a greater purpose in the world. So at 40 years old, she went back to school full-time, and for, I want to say, nearly 10 years, she was in college and becoming a therapist. And she started pretty late in life. I would say 40 is pretty late to start your career. But that did not stop or halt her success. She is now one of the most demanded therapists in her office, and she struggles to keep up with the amount of clients that she has. And it has nothing to do with her age. It has nothing to do with her experience, because she is, quote-unquote, the least experienced of her peers at that particular office, just in terms of how long she's been in the field, etc., etc. But that is not at all indicative of her quality and value in her field. So no, the answer to your question is no. That does not make you a failure. Even if you waited 25 more years to begin college, it doesn't matter. If you get where you're going and you find the finish line, you meet the goal, then you have succeeded. There is no time frame, there is no timeline as to when you can be considered a success. As long as you reach the finish line, you've won. You've succeeded. So NRDKI, whenever you go back to college and you start that process, it doesn't matter if you hit the finish line in 2 years or 12 years. If you cross the line, you have won. You are a winner. You are not a failure. You are a success. So I'm hopeful that that answers your question. And again, apologies for this video being a little bit on the short side, but I felt like I really wanted to hone in specific to this particular question. So thank you all for watching this video, and bye now.